Hey, what's up guys? I'm Adi. Welcome back to PSD to HTML for designers. In this lesson, we'll finish styling our landing page. So we'll begin with this section, the free trial, and we'll finish with the footer icons and also this footer menu. As I said in the previous lesson, we'll skip the image gallery for now because we need to include some jQuery to make it work first, and then we'll style it. All right, let's jump back to Coda, style CSS, styles less actually, and let's see, it's number 7. Actually, let's do this 7 gallery, and we'll just leave it blank. And number 8 is footer. Okay, so oops, the first one, footer CTA, or footer call to action. We have a bit of styling to do here. Okay, so let's actually specify a background color, text align center. Let's add the padding 3M0. I'm going a bit faster now because now we've applied the same styling throughout the page, so it's pretty familiar. H1. Okay. And the very last thing we need to do here is push the button down a bit. So I'm gonna target, let's see if we have a special class for it. A href button. All right, let's give it a class of button, oops, button for CTA. So we can target it right here. Margin top 1.5 ems. All right, that's pretty good. We can probably go with 3 ems to push it further down. So yeah, I think 3 ems will work just fine. And also, let's do a margin bottom for it as well. So 3M, 0, 1.5 ems, and 0. Okay, so we have a bit of spacing here as well. All right, next up is the actual footer, but there's quite a gap here, and let's see why. Because this is way too big actually. So footer, class site footer, section footer CTA. Okay, we have some additional padding here, so let's get rid of that. All right, so now the spacing is pretty much equal. Okay. So in the footer, the first thing we gotta do is show the items on this list on the same line. And that means we gotta float them to the left. So footer, let's actually do it like this. Footer CTA. And I'll create another one, number 9, which is called footer. All right, so we have a footer with a class of site footer, okay, which, let's see, we can apply some styling here, like some padding bottom. So let's do that. Padding bottom, I think 1.5 ems should do just fine. Okay, perfect. Next, it's this list footer menu. Okay, and we'll target the list item float left. All right, and finally the social media icons, and these also need to be floated to the left. So let's check out the class name. Okay, put it right here. So list. Okay, there we go. So now let's target that specific list. So the first thing we'll do, if we take a look in the PSD, is move it all the way to the right. So we'll say float right on the entire list. And then we must add our icons and specify a couple of margins. Okay, so let's see, each anchor tag has a separate class. Twitter, Facebook, and all the other classes. So first we must define a general style for this anchor tag, like width and height, and then a background image for all of these 4 classes. So let's go ahead and target the anchor tag first, and we'll say width. Let's check it out. Each icon, it is 35. Okay, so we'll say 35 pixels, height 35 pixels, and also we'll say display block. All right. Next up, we must hide the text inside each list item. So let's go back to our index.html and we'll add the class of hide text to all 4. It's very similar to what we did on the logo. Okay, no text. Next, let's see about those classes. So Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google+. Okay, we'll set the background to images, sprites, PNG. All right. So now, of course, the very first image in the sprites is shown. So all we got to do now is this: Twitter, and do background position. Let's see. So the X will be 0, and the Y will be this, 192, with minus, of course. So 0 minus 192 pixels. And there's the first icon. We'll do the same for the other 3. Actually, I think the order is, let's see, Google Plus and LinkedIn last. All right. So all I have to do now is increment by 64 pixels. So this will be minus 64 pixels. Okay, minus 128 pixels. And lastly, minus 192 pixels. Okay, and there's the icons. Now all I have to do is add some margins, and we'll do a right and bottom margins, just in case we have multiple icons. Okay, and to do that, we'll go right here on the list item, margin 0 top, and let's do 1em right, 1em bottom, 0. That's almost right. We can probably get away with like just 0.75. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. All right. And if we want to add, if we want to align the last icon with the edge of the container here, we can just swap the right margin with the left one. So we'll say 0 here and 0.75 here. Okay, so now they're perfectly aligned because they have the margin on the left side. All right. Well, that's about it for the footer. This we're pretty much done with our page, except of course the image gallery, which we'll cover in the next video. But yeah, that's about it for this lesson. I hope you guys liked it. As I said, in the next video, we'll start with the gallery. We'll include some jQuery. We'll include a nice plugin called Cycle2, which will allow us to create a nice jQuery powered slider. Well, until next time, this is Adi. Thank you for watching again. Bye bye.